The intersection of entertainment and professional sports has produced a number of high-profile relationships, often shaped by public attention, personal branding, and commercial value. The situation involving Cardi B and Stefon reflects this dynamic, where individual careers developed in separate industries but later became connected through public association. Their current position is defined not only by personal developments, but also by the broader expectations placed on figures operating within highly visible professions. Cardi B's career developed through a progression from social media presence to mainstream recognition in music and television. Her rise was supported by a direct communication style and a willingness to engage publicly with both personal and professional topics. This approach contributed to her transition from reality television into a sustained music career, including commercial success and industry recognition. Over time, her influence expanded beyond music into branding, business ventures, and a consistent presence within public discourse. Stefon established his position within professional sports through performance and consistency in the National Football League. Known for his route-running ability and on-field competitiveness, he built a reputation as a high-level wide receiver. His career included notable achievements and recognition within the league, while also being accompanied by visible moments of frustration that became part of his public image. These elements combined to create a profile that reflected both performance and personality. The connection between Cardi B and Diggs introduced a new layer to their respective public narratives. As their association became more visible, attention shifted toward how their individual careers intersected with their personal lives. Public interest in their relationship developed alongside ongoing media coverage, which often focused on both confirmed events and reported tensions. This level of attention is consistent with patterns observed when figures from different high-profile industries become linked through personal relationships. Over time, reports began to suggest that their relationship was not stable, with references to repeated disagreements and periods of separation. These accounts contributed to a narrative that extended beyond private matters into public discussion. The presence of third-party speculation, including references to other individuals, added complexity to the situation and increased its visibility across media platforms. The situation became more pronounced when Cardi B addressed personal issues during a live performance. Her comments, delivered in a public setting, were interpreted by many as directed toward Diggs, although the exact target of her statements was debated. The context of the remarks, combined with the timing of ongoing reports about their relationship, contributed to a broader interpretation that linked the performance to the tensions surrounding Diggs. At the same time, attention turned toward Diggs's public activity outside of football. His use of social media became a focal point, with posts and interactions being examined as potential responses to the ongoing situation. These actions were viewed within the context of his professional standing, as public behavior can influence how athletes are perceived by teams and organizations. The interaction between personal conduct and professional evaluation is a consistent factor within the league, particularly for players operating at a high level. Additional reports introduced references to individuals connected to Diggs's personal life, including Kayana Barber. Public discussions around these connections contributed to the narrative, particularly when combined with Diggs's online activity. The way these elements were presented in media coverage reinforced the perception that his personal circumstances were becoming increasingly visible and subject to interpretation. The broader context includes the expectations of both industries. In music, public expression and personal narrative often form part of an artist's brand. In professional sports, there is a greater emphasis on controlled image and consistency, particularly in relation to team dynamics and organizational standards. The interaction between these expectations creates a situation in which personal developments can have professional implications. The current narrative surrounding Cardi B and Stefon is therefore shaped by a combination of individual careers, public statements, and ongoing speculation. Each element contributes to a wider discussion about how personal relationships intersect with professional responsibilities in environments where visibility is constant. The situation between Cardi B and Stefon Diggs developed further as public actions and reports began to align with earlier indications of tension. The shift from private speculation to visible conflict occurred when Cardi B addressed personal issues during a live performance. Her remarks, delivered to a large audience, included references that many interpreted as directed toward Diggs, particularly in relation to dissatisfaction within a relationship. While some discussion suggested the comments could have been aimed at Offset, the timing and context led to a broader association with Diggs. These statements contributed to an increase in attention on Diggs's public behavior, especially on social media. His activity on Instagram became a focal point, with posts and interactions being examined for their connection to the situation. Observers noted that his online presence included references to individuals from his personal life, including Kayana Barber. These posts often featured shared content related to their child, which became part of ongoing discussion about his relationships and priorities. The interpretation of these posts varied, but a recurring point of attention was his public description of Kayana as his favorite. This phrasing generated commentary due to its implications regarding his relationships with other partners and the perception it created. The timing of these posts, following increased attention on his connection with Cardi B, contributed to the view that his actions were linked to the broader situation. At the same time, reports began to address Diggs's professional standing. Following his departure from the New England Patriots, he had not secured a position with another team. This development introduced a new dimension to the situation as his career status became part of the discussion alongside his personal life. Analysts noted that while his performance level remained recognized, teams were approaching negotiations with caution. One factor influencing this approach was the combination of salary expectations and public perception. Reports indicated that teams were hesitant to meet higher financial demands while also considering the potential impact of ongoing attention surrounding his personal life. This consideration has been described in terms of a drama factor, where off-field issues are evaluated alongside on-field performance. As a result, offers were reportedly structured as shorter-term agreements or at reduced financial levels compared to previous expectations. Additional reports introduced the role of Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, in the broader narrative. It was suggested that he had a personal connection to Cardi B, with some accounts describing her as being regarded in a familial context. Within these reports, this relationship was presented as a possible influence on how Diggs's situation was viewed by the organization. While these claims remain part of public discussion, they have not been confirmed through official statements. The interaction between these elements created a situation in which personal developments and professional outcomes appeared closely linked. Cardi B's public statements, Diggs' social media activity, and his contract status were all discussed within the same context, reinforcing the perception that his off-field circumstances were influencing his career trajectory. This perception was further supported by the timing of events, as changes in his professional standing occurred alongside increased public attention. Throughout this period, Cardi B's position appeared to shift toward focusing on her own career and responsibilities. Reports indicated that she was directing attention toward her work and family, with less direct engagement in the ongoing public exchange. This contrast between her approach and Diggs's continued online activity contributed to differing interpretations of how each individual was managing the situation. The storyline at this stage is defined by the interaction between public expression and professional consequence. Cardi B's use of a live platform introduced the issue into a broader audience, while Diggs's responses and ongoing activity sustained attention. At the same time, his professional situation reflects a level of uncertainty, with negotiations and opportunities influenced by both performance considerations and public perception. The combination of these factors continues to shape the narrative without a clear resolution. The situation involving Cardi B and Stefon Diggs now reflects a combination of public narrative, professional uncertainty, and unresolved personal dynamics. The events that have unfolded place equal weight on documented developments and broader interpretations, with no single factor providing a complete explanation of the current position. Instead, the narrative is shaped by how these elements interact over time. From a professional standpoint, Diggs' status remains the most clearly defined outcome. His departure from the New England Patriots and the absence of a confirmed new team indicate a period of transition. Reports suggesting that teams are approaching negotiations with caution point to a shift in how his value is being assessed. While his performance history continues to support his standing as a high-level player, considerations related to public perception appear to be influencing contract discussions. This reflects a broader pattern within professional sports, where off-field factors can affect decision-making alongside performance metrics. The role of public behavior in this context is significant. Diggs' activity on social media, including his interactions and the framing of his personal relationships, has remained visible during a period when professional stability would typically benefit from reduced attention. The interpretation of these actions, particularly the language used in reference to Kayana Barber, has contributed to ongoing discussion about how his personal life is presented. This visibility has reinforced the perception that his public image is evolving in a way that may affect professional opportunities. Cardi B's position within the situation presents a contrast. Her initial public comments introduced the issue to a wider audience, but subsequent reports suggest a shift toward focusing on her own career and responsibilities. This approach has limited her direct involvement in the ongoing public exchange, even as her earlier statements continue to shape how the situation is understood. Her established presence within the music industry allows for a degree of separation between personal matters and professional activity, which differs from the environment in which Diggs operates. The interaction between these two approaches highlights differences in how public figures manage visibility. In entertainment, personal expression is often integrated into professional identity, while in professional sports there is greater emphasis on consistency and controlled presentation. The overlap between these expectations creates a situation in which actions that align with one environment may conflict with the standards of another. Additional elements within the narrative, including references to Robert Kraft and reported internal considerations within the Patriots organization, remain part of public discussion without confirmed verification. These claims contribute to the overall context, but do not establish definitive explanations for the decisions made at an organizational level. As a result, they function as supporting factors within the narrative rather than as confirmed drivers of outcomes. The broader discussion also reflects how quickly public narratives can develop when multiple factors converge. A combination of live statements, social media activity, and professional changes has produced a storyline that extends beyond any single event. Each development has been interpreted in relation to the others, creating a cumulative effect that shapes public understanding even in the absence of confirmed conclusions. At present, there is no clear resolution to the situation. Diggs' professional future remains uncertain, with contract negotiations and team interest continuing to evolve. Cardi B's involvement appears to be limited to her earlier statements and their ongoing impact on public perception. The connection between their personal and professional circumstances remains part of the narrative, but has not resulted in a definitive outcome. The overall picture is therefore defined by transition rather than closure. Verified developments such as Diggs' current team status and his public activity coexist with interpretations that extend beyond confirmed facts. Together, these elements illustrate how personal relationships, public visibility, and professional considerations can intersect, producing a situation that continues to develop without a settled conclusion.